It's kind of boring being home alone, but I found a game for us to play. I'm Meek and Nomicon, and have you heard of Maesika's hide and seek? Mum's working late. Again. She doesn't know you know, but you've seen the bills with the red writing. It's why you're by yourself tonight. Again. You haven't had a sitter in years, nor have you told anyone you're on your own like this. Not only is it none of their business, but you don't want CPS getting involved. And the freedom's kind of fun anyway. On the plus side, you have the run of the house and can stay up as late as you want. Well, at least on the weekend. You've already learned the hard way that your mum will in fact drag your butt out to school, no matter how tired you are from staying up all night. But it is boring. So you started looking online for stuff to do, and came across this old creepy pasta called One Person Hide and Seek. Like most things you found online, it's rather stupid. It's a ritual for contacting the dead, except it doesn't contain any information for something like carrying on a conversation, or having them do you any favours. No, it's strictly to summon some random spirit into a doll for reasons, and then you banish it. No reward, no purpose, just messing with ghosts for the sake of it. Oh, that sounds like a spectacular idea. I cannot see any consequences from doing this. I mean, it's not like ghosts can be vengeful or anything, right? Lately, it's gotten way more attention though. Lots of booktubers have been doing it, with dumb fake scares and everything. So, you've been thinking, what is your motivation for doing something real stupid? Okay, let's face it, 99% of the time, it's because we're bored. A lot of stupid things have been done in life simply because people have had no entertainment. I don't personally want to become famous for doing something stupid. Let's face it, I want to become known for my spectacular gaming skills. And proving ghosts don't exist and do exist are very much the same motivation. But do we want to believe in ghosts or not? I mean, the logical part of my head insists that ghosts cannot exist, or at least the human definition of what a ghost is cannot exist. It doesn't make sense, it doesn't add up to me. But I want it to. I want there to be some kind of ghost or spirit entity there that can just screw around with humans for the sake of it. It entertains my horrific little heart. You know what, I really want to believe in ghosts. You're going to give it a try. You really want to believe. You want ghosts to be real. Because if ghosts are real, then magic is real. If magic is real, maybe you can figure out a way to help your mom. We've no school tomorrow. Tonight's the night. You have an old Raggedy Ann style doll. The ceremony requires you remove its stuffing and fill it with rice. According to the creepypasta, the doll is a sacrifice replacing a real person, and the rice represents guts and stuff. Then, you put some of your nail clippings inside the doll and sew it up with some of the red thread, tying it up with the remainder. Oh, that's when this starts becoming problematic. I mean, now that we've added, like, essence of ourself in there, we've essentially tied this thing to us, right? The creepypasta states that the red thread stands for blood, although there's no explanation for the nail clippings. Probably ripped off of voodoo or something. Oh no, it's to anchor the spirit. Anchor it to you, in particular. That does mean, though, if this goes horrifically wrong, even if we try and run away, it's going to follow us. As per the instructions, you've already filled up the tub with water, which is where you'll be putting the doll shortly. It doesn't say what the water represents. Maybe a womb? Maybe the rice has to be wet? Who knows? It's something dumb you found online. I'm not gonna lie, this ritual is actually starting to sound very familiar to me. But before you do that, you have to give the doll a name. Something other than your own name. Name the doll. Okay, so if we're being smart about this, we wouldn't want to give the doll any name that represents a powerful demon, right? Because that's going to make things so much more dangerous for us. Well, it's a bad job that I'm not smart. I'm going to call you Lilith. Okay, Lilith, let's go to the bathroom. Well, now that the doll's named and prepped, time to dump her into the tub of water. For reasons. Of course, the instructions specifically state to turn off all the lights, but that will make wandering around kinda hard. It's safer to leave them on, but spookier to turn them off. Oh, spookier, you do say? Listen, I feel like at this point, I've clipped my nails, I've got some red thread. I'm committed. I need to do this exactly as the creepypasta intended. Those lights must go off. You're also supposed to leave the doors unlocked, in case you need help. But honestly, the only person around at this time of night is that creepy old guy from next door. Mum's warned you about accepting any kind of help from him. It's not like you could call on your friends. They're all asleep. Their parents don't have to work so late, or can afford a babysitter. Do you lock the doors? No, we do not. I mean, like I said, we are following the instructions perfectly. And let's face it, worst case scenario, demon attacks us, we call the creepy old guy and use him as bait so we can escape. I mean, like I said earlier, it's not going to work because the demon is going to be tied to us, but still. We could run away for a little bit. We do not lock the doors. You make sure the doors are unlocked and return to the bathroom. If things go south, any living person is better than none, right? Well, a living person can also be a sacrifice, so yes. The creepypasta now instructs you to go to your hiding place, close your eyes, and count to 10. Said hiding place is supposed to have a TV, which is supposed to tell you something wandering around. You've decided your hiding place is just going to be your room. You don't have a TV, but have a phone, so that should work as a screen. Finally, you're supposed to have salt water, which you've already whipped up. It suggests something like sea salt, but whatever, table salt should work. As per the instructions, you go to your room, close your eyes, and count to 10. Now, it's time to return to the bathroom, stab the doll, and tell it that it's next. Wait, did anything come up on our screen, or have we not reached that part yet? You pull the sopping wet plaything out of the tub and ready your kitchen knife. Does Raggedy Ann get a kitchen knife as well? Are we gonna have a Chucky situation? You almost feel a little sorry for it. Not only did you cut it open, dig out its innards, and fill it with rice, but to add insult to injury, you added your toenail clippings and dumped it in a cold bath. Maybe this is like putting it out of its imaginary misery. Oh, it does bleed. As the knife sinks into the doll's chest, you notice that it's almost as if the little button eyes are staring at you. She's still smiling, at least. You're the next it, Lilith. Then you notice that red colour has begun to pool to the surface around the stab wound. It's just dye from the thread, right? Next, you are to leave the doll on the counter and retreat to your hiding place and hide. I think we need a better hiding place than just our room. You head back to your room, leaving the doll on the bathroom counter. You know you're supposed to be quiet and hide, but the instructions don't say for how long. All it says is that to finish the ritual, you're supposed to go looking for the doll, and the doll is not necessarily in the bathroom, and that you're supposed to watch your TV screen. Phones don't do that. Like, they crash, they black screen, they crack screen, and they brick. They don't even show static when the phone doesn't have a signal. It just shows that you have no signal. You take a mouthful of salt water and take the cup with you back to the bathroom to end the ritual. The doll is gone. Your stomach drops and your heart begins to pound. There's no time to panic. You must find that doll. God knows what will happen if you can't find it in 2 hours. According to the creepypasta, if the ritual goes too long, the spirit will be too strong to banish. Worse, if your mum comes home before you clean all this up? You know the doll isn't in your room or the bathroom. That just leaves the kitchen, living room, basement, and your mum's room. You'll check your phone automatically every time you enter a room. Be careful. Your time and courage are limited. Are you the kind of person who is easily frightened? No, I kind of like it. Good luck trying to frighten me. Then, this should be a cake walk. And some fun. Okay, so there's absolutely no chance that the doll snuck into our bedroom while we were in here, right? I mean, it's clearly silent that we didn't hear it leave the bathroom. And it has given me my bedroom as an option. But I really want to go to the basement because, let's face it, basements are awesome. Yeah, okay, we'll do this logically. We'll go to our hiding place again just to make sure it didn't double back on us, and then we'll go to the basement. It's your room. You know the doll can't be here. Listen, I'm not saying I don't trust you. I'm just saying I don't really trust you. It could have been here for all I knew. Okay, basement it is. The only thing in the basement is the laundry room. That's in a more intense darkness. So actually, ooh, that'd be some blood. We never actually got an answer. Did we leave the knife inside the doll? So if it is, the doll now has a knife and we should watch our ankles. Search the dryer or search the washer? You know what, we'll do it in order. Washer first. Come out, Lilith. Oh, that's some blood. Lilith, is that you? You tried to scream, but wound up just spraying salt water everywhere. You're not sure if anything actually hit, whatever the hell that was. But it's gone now. Some of the salt water went down the wrong way and you spent a couple minutes coughing it up. Whatever just happened, you're unhurt, just shaking. Maybe you're just seeing things in the darkness. Maybe you just imagine the doll looking at you and bleeding everywhere. And maybe you just misplaced the doll somehow, even though you clearly left it on the bathroom counter. I mean, if we don't want to believe that the creepypasta is real and the doll isn't moving around on its own, we should remember that we did in fact leave the doors open, so someone potentially could have broke in. Maybe that creepy old man. I mean, I'm more than happy to think the doll is alive, but if we didn't want to believe it, maybe you didn't just invite an unearthly presence into your house that is toying with you before it moves in for the kill. Maybe you should calm down. Take another mouthful of water, and find the damn doll before you wind up dead. You tried to wipe the blood off, but there's nothing there, and the washer is empty. Oh, it's definitely just toying with you now. Okay, search the dryer. Lilith? Are you trying to get the bloodstains out? Not even violent. Oh. I find myself a little disappointed. I'm not entirely sure what the blood on the screen is supposed to signify. I mean, does it mean that Lilith is in this room? Or does it mean that I'm running out of time? Joe, we could search the washer one more time. Just in case the doll moves around, you give the washer another look. Oh, there's more blood here. You wonder whose scream that was. You're probably better off not knowing. See, I don't know if the fact there's blood here, it signifies that Lilith is actually in this room and we should keep trying the washer. Joe, it's fine. We'll go check somewhere else. We can always come back or lose. You head upstairs to look elsewhere. I say, you know what? Let's clear Mum's room just in case she comes home and it's a bit of a mess. You're not supposed to be snooping in your mum's room, but that's never stopped you before, and this time you've got a damn good reason. Mum left her closet open, and you don't find anything of interest. You check her dresser, and don't see any signs of the doll, which means if it's here, it's either under the bed or in the nightstand. Looking under the bed seems like it would be asking for trouble, and you've been avoiding the nightstand for reasons. But those are the only two places left. Ooh, Well, there's some kind of darkness in this room. Okay, we have to check under the bed. It's a classic. As much as you hate the idea of setting yourself up for a classic monster under the bed situation, you need to find that doll. Man. Oh, wait, I don't think you were Lilith, but what the hell were you? You get to your feet and check yourself for wounds. That giant insect thing had one of those sharp tube mouth parts, and you saw blood. And you just want to make sure none of it was yours. Nothing. You're okay. Time to check someplace else. Maybe we should warn our mum that she's got massive bugs under her bed. Okay, search the dresser. Why are we avoiding the dresser anyway? You really don't want to search this place. Not because of what you might find, but due to what you found last time you went snooping. We're not going to talk. Oh, did we find our mother's underwear? That would definitely be a good reason to never want to search that place again. You know, if we find Liv in our mother's underwear drawer, we are going to have so many talks. No doll. Yeah, the thing you found last time is still there, and we're not talking about it. Okay, so the blood followed us. Is that a good thing? Drew, by the time this game is over, I'm gonna work out what the hell the blood and darkness means. We'll search somewhere else. You know what? Kitchen has a lot of weapons. He might want to double wield the knives. Oh, there are multiple knives missing. I bet the doll's got them all. A quick search of the cupboards and bread box comes up empty. Every time you've gone near the oven or under the sink, you get an uneasy feeling. So you've been putting off searching there. But not, it's inevitable. You're going to have to look. I mean, we're back to the darkness. You know what? Let's oven it. Worst case scenario, we find the doll in there, we shove it back in and we turn the oven on. It's fine. That can give it a bit of a spit, right? Oh, damn! Someone already had the same idea as me. You involuntarily try to inhale from shock and immediately begin to choke on the salt water carried in your mouth. So wait, is that the plan with the salt water? We're just going to find the doll and spray it from our mouth water? That's certainly an interesting way to defeat a demon. Your body desperately needs to cough the water out, but you don't have any breath to do it, and your panic just makes it worse. You're going to die. You can't breathe, you can't run, and you can't defend yourself. Your vision is blurring when you feel a force hit you in the back. A second blow strikes you under your ribcage, dislodging the water. Oh, thank you, Lilith. You're very kind. At last, you're able to take a wheezing breath before being overtaken by another furious bout of coughing. Slowly, your vision begins to clear as you're able to breathe again. Someone strokes your back soothingly, and you look up to see your savior. It's the doll. She doesn't look so scary now. The fact she's a doll your height is uncanny as hell, but she just saved your life. You are very confused but relieved. Seeing that you're back on your feet, she leans against a wall and fishes into her apron pocket for a cigarette and a light. Listen, Lilith, honey, no hard feelings about stabbing you with a knife?
Okay, kid. What the hell made you think it was a good idea to summon a ghost?
Her deep voice is husky, with some sort of vaguely Eastern European accent. Yeah, I don't think I did that one. I just really want ghosts to be real. She tilts her head to one side and takes a drag per cigarette. You notice she never exhales, and even the leftover trails of smoke should get poured inside her through the seams.
Wow, here I am. Why is it so important?
It'd mean magic's real.
I don't understand.
Everything sucks. She gazes at you, and it's as if you feel someone poking around in the back of your skull.
I think I understand.
You reach out to touch her, and she obliges by holding still. Her hair feels like yarn, her skin like cloth, and yet there's something ethereal about their textures. There's something elusive in a way you can't quite figure out. Like how you can't tell you're bleeding because the blood is the same temperature as your body. The sensation kind of tickles your brain a little too. You don't feel like I thought a ghost would feel like. What did you expect? I thought you'd be like cold or something. I think you've mistaken a ghost for a zombie.
Can't help you there, kid. It's not like I'm flesh or blood.
She takes a thoughtful drag per smoke.
I don't want you trying the ritual again, though.
Why not?
It's dangerous. I know you like ghosts, but you're just lucky. You pinged me, and I answered before anything else did. What you did was stupid.
You nod, although you're still glad you did it. But can I still contact you? She smiles.
Sure, kid. I'll give you my email.
This takes a moment to process. What?
I don't like giving out my phone number. Get enough damn spam texts as is.
What? She takes another drag. How?
They're pretty easy to get, kid. Why wouldn't I? A lot easier to dolly dunk tank, right?
She boops you on the nose. And it dawns on you that you're having a casual conversation with a spirit in the form of a ragdoll, whom you contacted via creepypasta that you found on the internet. Her having an email address or phone number really isn't all that big of a stretch. While you're processing all this, she digs into her apron pocket and hands you a startlingly large wad of cash.
If you keep this a secret, there'll be more. I can't have you blabbing about how I saved you. You'll ruin my reputation.
Can I say that ghosts are real?
Sure, just nothing about me helping you, okay? You can talk about how I scared the crap out of you.
Or anything that makes me look bad. You want to look bad?
I'm in the business of horror and murder. If it gets out I save kids, it just ruins the whole thing. Understand?
You smile and promise to keep her secret. You blink and she's gone. Not even the original doll left behind. In fact, aside from the salt water you coughed up and the fat stack of cash in your hand, there's no trace that anything supernatural occurred in the house. Okay, but how the hell are we going to explain to our mother where this money came from? She's going to think I robbed someone. Saving a little for yourself, you put the bulk of it with the basket of bills on Mum's nightstand. She's going to notice the sudden increase of money though. We are going to have a lot of difficult questions. I don't think she's going to believe us if we say a ghost gave us money. It takes your mum a couple of days to discover it, due to the excitement in the neighborhood. The creepy guy next door was found dead, and the police discovered a variety of extremely unsavory media in his home. Lilith, was that you as well? Later, the grisly details of his demise are leaked to the media. His eyes have been replaced with buttons, and his organs have been replaced with rice. You shudder when you find out. The doll wasn't kidding about her reputation. You email her to see if that was really her, and get a reply back with, "Remember, shh." It's horrifying yet oddly comforting to be on a friendly terms with the supernatural. The important thing is that Mum stops working so late. She's a little nervous about receiving financial help from mysterious sources, but she's still far less stressed out and actually laughs now. You keep your promise to the doll and never do the ritual again, nor mention her hidden good side. You stay friends with the doll and eventually learn her real name is Maesika. She lives with a couple of other ghosts named Cody and Charlie because haunting ready real estate is apparently difficult to come by. This isn't your last encounter with the supernatural, despite never doing another ritual again. But that's another story. Oh, I got an next-in believer! So wait, is there going to be a different ending depending on our different motivations? So if I say I just want to do this to be famous, do I get murdered instead? Let's find out. Okay, so let's go for the exact opposite this time. And we want to be a non-believer. You're going to give it a try. You're sick of those stupid videos and want to post one that shows people exactly what happens. Nothing, you idiots! You know what I also just realized? We never actually had time to search the living room, did we? Let's go there now. There's honestly not too many places the doll could be here. Couches are notorious for being able to hide things, and it could be behind the easy chair. Okay, so we got the shadows back then, so I don't think Lilith is going to be in here. You know what, search the couch. So, in the past you found spare change, the TV remote, a controller, a plushie, candy, keys, and your homework in or under this couch. It is almost the home furnishings equivalent of a video game treasure chest. Man, couch. Oh, nothing. Not even spare change. What a rip-off. I find myself disappointed. Okay, so the demon has to be behind the easy chair, right? Let's check behind the chair. Man, some shadow demon needs to be in here. Do I get a dust bunny? Oh! Oh, there's a lot of bugs. You tried to scream, but wound up just spraying salt water everywhere. You're not sure if anything actually hit, whatever the hell that was, but it's gone now. Okay, so the first time we encounter Evan, I think we always just spray the salt water. So I'm guessing then if we get 3 scares, that's when the doll will appear. Okay, so I'm gonna go get myself scared a couple of times, and then we'll see if not believing changes our ending. Oh, there she is. Okay, so it seems like when we're onto our 3rd scare, our phone always shows something with teeth. You look down at your feet, face burning. I was trying to prove ghosts don't exist. The doll breaks into peals of laughter that takes her several minutes to recover from. When she finally does, she takes a huge drag from her cigarette. You notice she never exhales, and even when the trails of leftover smoke that try to escape into the air get sucked through her seams. Then she strolls over and pinches your cheek. While you're staring at your toes, she takes your hand and slaps a heavy wad of cash into it. Don't tell anyone I saved you. You look up stunned at her. You're bribing me? Yeah, look, I'm a scary, nasty, murderous spirit. You can tell people you know ghosts are real, just not that I was only messing with you. I want my actual victims to be properly terrified, and if they think I'm bluffing at all, it's just not the same. Deal? What choice do I have? She smiles. That's the spirit. So deal? Deal. She nods. You blink and she's gone. Not even the original doll left behind. Okay, so it seems like the main difference between proving and disproving ghosts is that we don't stay in contract with Lilith. In fact, aside from the salt water you coughed up and the fat stack of cash in your hand, there's no trace that anything supernatural occurred in the house. Saving a little for yourself, you put the bulk of it in with the basket of bills on your mum's nightstand. It takes your mum a couple days to discover it due to the excitement in the neighborhood. The creepy guy next door was found dead, and the police discover a variety of extremely unsavory media in his home. Later, the grisly details of his demise are leaked to the media. His eyes have been replaced with buttons, and his organs have been replaced with rice. You shudder when you find out. The doll wasn't kidding about her reputation. The important thing is that Mum stops working so late. She's a little nervous about receiving financial help from mysterious sources, but she's still far less stressed out and actually laughs now. You keep your promise to the doll and never do the ritual again, nor mention her hidden good side. You never play around with the supernatural again. Eventually you'll become a key researcher for a government program, but that's another story entirely. Oh, we got the accident ending! We are now a skeptic. You know actually what I'm curious about? What happens if we don't follow the creepypasta as intended? I don't know if it's going to change anything, like maybe that's a 5th ending. I might try being a believer again, but doing it wrong to see if it alters anything. Oh, it does seem to have changed things. So I didn't turn the lights out and it didn't open the doors. That was just a coincidence, right? Like, a real one. And this isn't just something you tell yourself to keep yourself from panicking. Oh, maybe by doing the ritual it forces us to follow the creepypasta. So, even though I left the lights on, now she's here, she forces them to go off anyway. Absolutely not a sign. You're doing a stupid horror movie protagonist thing where you play it up until things get really bad. Salt water's in your room. You toss the doll on the bathroom counter and bolt back to your hiding spot for the water with a growing feeling of panic one gets after one has done something incredibly stupid. You fill your mouth with the salt water like the creepypasta instructs, grab the cup for good measure, and head right back to the bathroom. The doll is gone. Okay, so I'll follow it through just to see the ending itself changes, but I feel like by not following the instructions, we just get the lights flicker out jump scare kind of situation. So I don't think it's actually going to change the ending. Oh, nice! Was it just me or did someone's face get shoved into the dryer door? It kind of looked like it to me, or was it just blood spray? Anyway, that's the scare for the dryer. Oh, is that what Mum was hiding in her dresser? A bunch of eyeballs? Okay, that was worse than what you found that one time, but like, a lot. You know what, I'm just having fun collecting all the spooks now. So yeah, no, doing the ritual wrong doesn't actually change the ending at all, so it's just, it forces the lights to go off. So these 4 definitely have to be the different ending deciders then. So what do we want to be? Do we want to be bored or internet famous? I feel like being internet famous is going to annoy the doll most, so if I am going to die in this game, that's what would probably do it. So we'll be bored first. You're going to give it a try. You've got nothing else to do, and the videos make it look like they had fun, even if it was fake. Oh, that's changed things. So I just searched the couch. The back door just opened, and you hear your creepy next door neighbor calling out for you, asking if you're okay. Your heart double times. Either he's in grave danger from the doll, or considering he just waltzed into the house through the back door in the middle of the night while you're alone, you're in grave danger from him. Oh, you know what? What should we do? You know what? I think we should hide. No one asked him to come into the house, and I don't think I've been screaming, so he's got no reason to be here. We're gonna hide. You decide that the real world danger is worse than the supernatural one and sneak into your room, close the door, and bar it shut with a chair. You wait, and then you hear a scream. Is this the right thing to do? Should you really just leave someone to die like that? Listen, we know he apparently had a lot of unsavory media in his house, so I don't think I should get involved. No one asked him to come over to our house, okay? Anything that happens to him is kind of self-inflicted. We're gonna wait until it's quiet. You spend the next few minutes in silence, but you don't hear anything else. Oh, we're rebooting. Hey, we got that 69% battery. Nice. Eventually, you open your door and creep to the back door. There's nothing there but the doll. This is it. You have the doll and the salt water. You can end this game now. Okay, based on the fact that both of the endings didn't leave the doll behind, is she now possessing him? Are you ready to finish the ceremony? Well, I feel like a guy's already dead, so yeah. Thank God, this is almost over. You spit the salt water onto the doll, then finish with the remainder from your cup, just as the creepypasta instructs told you to do. I win! I win! I win! You check your phone. It's rebooting. It's over. You're safe at last. And Mum will never know. The next day, there's a huge commotion next door. The creepy old guy was found dead with his eyes removed and his organs replaced with rice. While searching for evidence, the police find a collection of absolutely vile material. Your mum always said he was bad news, and it seems she was right, but the gruesome nature of his demise still catches a lot of headlines. Since you are home, the cops ask you if you heard anything, but you explain you were watching a horror movie. Not too far off from the truth, really. So, if there was any screaming, you wouldn't have noticed. Shortly afterwards, your mum comes into a windfall of money, and she doesn't have to work late anymore. It's just as well. You're done with creepypastas and internet rituals forever. You warn everyone online of your experiences, but since you don't have any proof, most people don't believe you and get banned for contributing to community panic. The only person who gives you any support is some rando who claims to have a ghost roommate, but they're clearly nuts. Getting haunted by a ghost from a ritual is one thing, but come on, a friendly ghost roommate? That's just stupid. Well, I completed the ritual. Is it going to end badly for me then if I choose to save him? Okay, so let's see. If I'm about to be incredibly stupid, we're going to warn him about the doll. You spit the water back into your cup and run to the back door. You have to get out. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. I have, and you're in danger. He laughs. This is what you get up to late at night, huh? I'm serious. Where's your mom? You feel your stomach knot up. You hope this isn't going where you think it could be going. It's not important. You need to leave. I'm alone. Again? You need to go. You want me to call CPS? Get out! I'm serious! You feel his eyes on you, feasting on your form, and you take a step back. Where are you going, sweet cheeks? Oh, Lilith, beautiful, you never look better, even though your name's Maesika. Oh, you can kill him. I approve. Do you need a knife? You take 2 steps back. You run like hell back to your room, slamming the door shut and bracing yourself against it. You never saw what the doll did to him. You just heard the scream. It's rebooting. Listen, he definitely deserved it. You know what? I'm not ready to finish the ritual. I want to thank, Maesika. Why the hell not? The doll saved me. For all the trauma the doll caused, she never actually hurt you. The only person you think she actually did something to was the creepy neighbor. And he was even creepier than you thought. Should you try to thank her? You spit the water back into your cup. Do you burn an offering? Is that how this works? As you internally debate in the darkness, you feel a presence and look over.
Yeah, gonna finish the ritual or what, kid?
Her smoky voice has a vague Eastern European accent. Under normal circumstances, seeing an animated and uncanny doll your height silently slip behind you would scare the crap out of you. But these aren't normal circumstances, and she's honestly the least scary thing you've experienced tonight. You saved me. She digs around in her apron pocket for a light and a cigarette, then leans against the wall and takes a drag. She never exhales, and even the trailing smoke from the smouldering tip is drawn in through her seams.
Don't let anyone else know I did.
Why?
Look, I like kids, okay? And I mean in the wholesome way, unlike the creep next door.
Then why did you scare me? She raises an eyebrow, fixes you with a reproachful stare.
Because you did a stupid ritual to try to contact the dead, and it pinged me.
The ritual works? She laughs.
No, All it did was let me know someone either wanted to mess with spirits or was mocking them. I just happened to be around on business, and I thought I'd have a little fun.
You think for a moment. So, the salt water won't banish you?
Me? No. I was just gonna play along, but you were hesitating, so I thought I'd see what you were thinking.
I just wanted to thank you. She smiles.
You're welcome, kid. Now, do me a favor and never, ever tell anyone I saved you.
Why?
I have a reputation to keep up. I didn't come here just to mess with you. I came for the creep next door.
Did he do the ceremony too? She snorts.
The ceremony is govno, kid. I told you. I was here for the old man anyway, and you were just fun to mess with.
She takes another drag.
Look, kid, I don't want you to get the wrong idea about spirits. You're nice enough now, but pretty soon you'll be a grown-up, and that's when all the troubles start.
Not all grown-ups are bad. My mom.
Your mom knows exactly what I'm talking about.
She digs into her apron pocket again and pulls out a thick roll of bills.
Speaking of, give this to her.
Why?
So she can afford to stay home at night and keep you from doing stupid things like this. I used to look out for kids a long time ago, before I learned it was useless.
She leans against the wall, looks up to the ceiling and reduces her smoke to nothing. Not even ash remains, while she finishes her apron before another you speak up. What happens now?
Promise me you won't try another ritual, and promise me you won't reveal how I saved you. You do that, and I'll see to it you get some more cash later.
Will I see you again?
Don't get any ideas. I'm not gonna be your special ghost friend.
I was thinking of BFFFFF, actually. There must be something about the look on your face that makes her relent. She sighs. Curls of smoke start to escape the stitching of her lips, but they're pulled back in a second later.
My email is on your phone.
What? She raises an eyebrow.
I've been messing with your phone all night, and the fact I got my own email address is a shock.
That never dawned on you.
If you really want to talk, I guess you can drop me an email. But don't get the wrong idea, kid. I need to keep my distance. I don't want to be your secret ghost friend. It's just better than you doing stupid things like trying to contact the dead. Now promise, no more rituals. No letting people know I saved you. You can say you saw a ghost. You can say I terrified you. You can say I killed your next door neighbor. Just no nice things, okay? Promise?
I promise. She smiles. When you blink, she's gone. Not even the doll is left behind. The only sign she was ever there is the fat stick of cash she left you. You leave the cash in the bill basket. It takes your mom a couple of days to discover it due to the excitement in the neighborhood. The creep was found dead in his home, and the police discovered a variety of extremely unsavory media there. Later, the grisly details of his demise are leaked to the media. His eyes have been replaced with buttons, and his organs have been replaced with rice. You shudder when you find out. The doll wasn't kidding about her reputation, and she was right about the creep. The important thing is that Mom stops working so late. She's a little nervous about receiving financial help from mysterious sources, but she's still far less stressed out and actually laughs now. You're never bored again. Spirit of gratitude, because we were bored. You know what? He deserved it. Well, we're down to our last motivation. I want to become internet famous. You're going to give it a try. Maybe if it takes off, you can get internet famous and help out with the bills. Well, that was one weird bug. Apparently that lives under our sink. Also, I was curious if anything was going to change if I actually gave the doll her actual name.
Sir, Maesika's is not named to randomly give a doll, isn't it?
It's the name of the heroine from the Cursed Dollhouse series. She smiles. It's a little uncanny, but you think it's genuine.
You're a fan?
They're really cheesy, but it's better than the Chucky movie series with. Her face drops. I'm sorry.
It's okay, kid. I know they're not very good books, but I just kinda hope they'd be in a better class than crappy slasher flicks.
Wait, so you're really the same killer ragdoll from the books?
Killer ragdoll, yes. Same killer ragdoll, not so much.
You mean you're nicer? Way nicer. She scrunches up her face at that comment. Did I say something wrong?
Look, just 'cause I got a soft spot for kids doesn't make me silly. Why'd you use the name of the heroine?
They never named the doll. She smirks. What's the problem with being good? She shrugs and shakes her head.
Look, kid, people aren't afraid of good. The way I do things is I want them scared. I want them to
She cuts herself short by taking a drag of her smoke. Again, never exhaling. Is she censoring herself? You're young, but you've been online long enough to know all the swears. So, what are you gonna do to me? She cocks her head to one side and digs around in her apron pocket again as she approaches you. When she gets close, she turns your hand over and slaps a thick wad of cash into your palm. You stare at it in disbelief.
You know my stories. I want you to share them. I want them to be read again. I want people to be scared of the cursed ragdoll. Can you write?
A little. I mean, I know how to write, I just don't very often. And I'm not very good.
Listen, kid. Brisbane wasn't that good either. I'll admit that. But he didn't deserve the hand he got.
You're pretty sure she's referring to the author of the Cursed Dollhouse series, Jonathan Brisbane. He's been dead for 10 years or so, due to complications from lung cancer. She leans against the wall again, takes another drag, and looks you over.
Your mom doesn't deserve the hand she got either. So here's the deal. You write about me, you share my stories, you make me out to be both the most horrible monster in the world. I'll make sure you get another fat stack next month. Just don't mention to anyone I did this for you. The ragdoll has to be evil, bloody, and cruel.
But that's one of the reasons why she's just known as a slasher villain. There's no depth to her. Your words seem to hit like a bolt, and she stares at you, as wide-eyed as those buttons will allow, the smouldering cigarette dropping from the stitching, and makes up her lips. She tilts her head to one side as she catches her smoke.
Really?
You nod. She stares off into nothing, running a mitt-like hand through the thick red tresses of her yarn hair before turning her attention back to you.
Could you write a little depth into the ragdoll then? But still make her as terrifying as possible.
You shrug. I could try?
That's all I ask.
You glance down at the wad of bills. It looks like a lot of cash. When you look up, she's already gone. Not even the old ragdoll remains. Okay, so I'm pretty sure by using the name Maesika, I overrided the ending we get for wanting to be internet famous. So we'll have to come back through and actually use Lilith again. The next day, there's a huge commotion next door. The creepy old guy was found dead with his eyes removed and his organs replaced with rice. While searching for evidence, the police find a collection of absolutely vile material. Your mum always said he was bad news, and it seems she was right. But the gruesome nature of his demise still catches a lot of headlines. Since you were home, the cops ask you if you heard anything, but you explain you were watching a horror movie. Not too far off the truth, really. So if there was any screaming, you wouldn't have noticed. Your mum discovers the cash you left her in the bill basket, but never says anything about it. She just stops working late, and even begins to laugh a little once the media circus in the neighborhood dries up. As for you, well, you begin to write. You write about the murderous cursed doll and her collection of child wards she's taken from abusive homes, turning their abusers and anyone else who gets in her way into zombie-like rotting flesh dolls. Your new take on the Cursed Dollhouse series starts to get attention. First it's mocking, but you take whatever writing classes you can seriously, and eventually, critical jeers are replaced with genuine admiration. This won't be your last supernatural encounter, but that's another story. Hey, we found Maesika's new ward! So the question is, her wards and army of children she collects from abusers, does she then raise them to also become monsters and murderers? I like to think she does. I'm curious then, Lilith. What's your reaction to me wanting to be internet famous? I wanted to get famous on the internet. She shakes her head.
By summoning ghosts?
It was all I could think of.
Why?
To go viral.
You're talking in circles.
To get rich. She looks you up and down, and it causes an odd sensation crawl down your spine. As the feeling goes away, she nods solemnly.
For your mother, yes?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Heard this story before.
She digs into apron pocket and hands you a fat stack of cash, smiling slightly as your eyes bug out.
Don't do this again. Get famous for doing something instead of having something done to you. You don't want to hurt your mum, do you?
She gently closes your mouth. You left it agape.
Also, don't breathe a word of this to anyone. I got a soft spot for poor kids, but main job is horrifying murders. Goody crap wrecks the reputation. I've worked so hard to get. Say nothing, okay?
Okay. She smiles. You blink and she's gone. Not even the original doll left behind. In fact, aside from the salt water you coughed up and the fat stick of cash in your hand, there's no trace that anything supernatural occurred in the house. Saving a little for yourself, you put the bulk of it with the basket of bills on your mum's nightstand. It takes your mum a couple of days to discover it due to the excitement in the neighborhood. The creepy guy next door was found dead, and the police discovered a variety of extremely unsavory media in his home. Later, the grisly details of his demise are leaked to the media. His eyes have been replaced with buttons, and his organs have been replaced with rice. You shudder when you find out the dog wasn't kidding about her reputation. The important thing is that Mum stops working so late. She's a little nervous about receiving financial help from mysterious sources, but she's still far less stressed out and actually laughs now. You keep your promise to the doll and never do the ritual again, nor mention her hidden good side. You don't need to be internet famous anymore, but you do wind up getting quite a following anyway, creating a creepy ghost story channel. Oh, I got accidentally famous! Okay, so it seems that there is actually one other ending, and that's if we don't warn the neighbor about the doll as soon as he enters, but instead try and save him. But of course he's gone. But maybe we can still save our neighbor? The ritual warned you that anyone who was in the house would be in danger. Your next door neighbor might be a creep, but it's still your fault he's in danger, and you have to make it right. But will finishing the ritual save him or doom him? You stand there, staring at the doll, your cheeks full of salt water. What do?
Are you actually worried about that creep?
You turn and on reflex, spray the doll. Now your height, with salt water. She doesn't look impressed, but she doesn't look too bothered about it either.
What exactly is your big plan, hero? You got a crucifix you want to try next? Prayer charms? A vacuum cleaner?
Okay, that might have crossed your mind if you had any of those things handy. Her voice has traces of an East European accent. What did you do to him?
You should be more worried about what he was gonna do to you. You wanna know how often it's someone you know?
He was that bad?
His insides are worse than his outsides. But yeah, you could say that. You trying to save him is adorable, hero.
I'm not a hero. I'm the one who summoned you. It was my responsibility to fix this.
You are a hero. Because the typical reaction for a kid who screws up is to run and hide and let everyone clean up the mess. Normal people don't do that.
She fumbles around her apron pocket for a cigarette, a lighter, and a thick roll of bills tied up with elastic. She tosses you the roll while lighting up a smoke for herself. After she takes a long drag, you notice that she never exhales, even the smoke curling up from the smouldering end of the cancer stick, but gets poured in through her seams.
What's this? A bribe? A bribe? To shut up about how I'm having a casual conversation with you, and so your mom can afford to make sure you're supervised at night. You're a little too brave for your own good.
You thought I was a hero. Heroes don't take bribes. She opens her mouth to argue but freezes, like a thought was striking her. She stays like that for a few seconds, until whatever she had to sort out is resolved, and a pained expression creeps across her doll face.
Okay, it's also so... Are you alright? I want to help you, okay? You're a good kid in a crappy situation. And I really don't want that getting out. Me helping you, I mean. I'm the killer ragdoll. I want people to be scared of me. And that doesn't happen if people think I'm only going after bad people and help good people. I just want them to think I kill people and make them wonder if they'll be next. If they just think I go after bad people, then they'll think they're safe, because everybody thinks bad people are only other people. I don't want anyone to have that false reassurance in mind. I want pure terror, and if people think I help kids, they're gonna start thinking, maybe I'm not so scary.
Actually, that could work out in your favor though. If you lead everyone into a false sense of security when you come after the evil people, you can truly terrify them and send them into a true despair. So, you're a good spirit who wants people to think she's a bad spirit?
Yeah, no, wait!
She slaps both her hands over her mouth and stares at you in shock.
Don't ever say that again. Just shut up. Take the money and don't say anything. Promise me you will keep this to yourself. I need this. You don't understand. You keep this promise and I'll look after your mom. Deal?
You smile. Okay, deal. I promise I won't say anything about you being a good spirit or giving me money. She scowls.
You watch your mouth. God damn it, I hate dealing with heroes.
When you blink, she's gone. Not even the doll remains. Your only proof she was ever here is the cash in your hand. You have mixed feelings over the next few days after the police find the grisly remains of your neighbor. His eyes have been removed and replaced with buttons. He has been torn open and his guts replaced with rice and cigarette butts before being sewn back up again. They also found a lot of really horrible media in his home, but the sensational violence in his murder is what really draws the headlines. You know who did it. You know your involvement. But you also remember your promise. You hide the money in your mum's bill basket. She's confused about how it got there, but never questions it. She stops working late, and after the insanity from the media circus for the next day dies down, she even starts to laugh again. As for you, this isn't your last supernatural experience, but that's later. Just enjoy being a kid for now, hero. Hey, we got the heroic spirit. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's all the endings then. You know, Maesika, you're not so bad for a murderous ragdoll. I just love the fact that we become a well-known author telling her stories. Again, I still like to think that all the kids she saves, she raised them to be also murderous ragdolls in human form. Well, if you enjoyed your time here, I'd greatly appreciate you to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Other than that, have a spooky day and I'll catch you next time.